I don't feel alone. We just settled in and it already feels like home.
You're listening to the Feels Like Home podcast with Mike Throne and Marty Ford. Powered by Horizon. This is big. This is gig.
Hey, everybody. Super psyched to be back with another Feels Like Home podcast episode for you. Happy that you're listening to us and excited for you to hear Sarah Petrus, who owns WreckCreations Ohio in downtown Chillicothe. But we wanted to mention something that we've been working on over the last year, and it's an opportunity if you want to join in on this. So we've been doing some special projects for some folks. What we've been asked to do in both of these occasions is to interview family members, some of them older, and just get their story. And they're not ones that we've done for publication. We've just done them for the folks that have asked. And one, is an honor for us to even be asked. And then two, we've learned a ton as well. And so if you're interested in that, you can certainly email us at feelslikehomepod@gmail.com. And we can send you a link to our scheduling app, so that way you can book some time with us to chat that out a little bit. It could be anything from, doing an interview type setting like that, or even if you want to learn how to start your own podcast and you want to take advantage of all of our mistakes and all the things that we've learned and done along the way, we're more than happy to share our quote unquote expertise, because I don't think we figure ourselves as experts, but we have some experience that we've gathered, and we're certainly willing to share that with everybody. So if you're interested in a special project, certainly reach out to us via email. In the show notes, you can find all the ways to contact us, but we're happy to do that. And so that brings me then to our episode this week, which is with Sarah Petrus. She's a small business owner here in downtown Chillicothe with a very unique concept that was started by somebody else, but now she's kind of taken it to a new level. And so I think if you don't know what she does and what WreckCreations is, you're about to learn, and I think you're going to be very intrigued by what you hear. So this is Sarah Petrus of WreckCreations. All right, so very excited to have Sarah Petrus with us today, owner-operator of WreckCreations on 2nd Street in Chillicothe. Brand new owner, really?
Yep.
Less than a year.
Yeah, July. Started in July. Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit about what that is if you folks don't know. But Sarah also works in youth ministry at Trinity United Methodist Church. And so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And then whatever else she really wants to talk about, because this is her thing, not ours. But welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So first of all, you're not from Chillicothe originally. That's okay. We got a little high five because I'm not originally either.
Right.
That's not either.
So, but tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up arriving in Chillicothe.
Yeah, so I'll start here. My dream was to be an artist, go to art school. And that didn't work out, like crash and burn did not work out, which was devastating to me at the time, but it really changed my path. I worked like multiple part-time jobs until I fell into nannying, like an agency that would take me without any experience, like a startup, it's like, so miraculously someone hired me to watch their kids. And I think that actually kept me on the straight and narrow for a while, because I had little humans to take care of. And so I was a nanny for a long time. I really loved it. And
was that here or was
that was up in Columbus.
Okay,
so I was kind of stuck up in Columbus after that didn't work out. But like I said, I really liked it. And then I kind of remembered my time growing up in youth group and the kids that I worked with that were from lesser privileged situations. And I'm like, man, these like kids who have all this opportunity get to have me. What about the kids that don't have the opportunity? I want to find a way so that they can have me. Because I felt like I was really good at what I did. And I really tossed that idea for a while. I moved back down to Cincinnati to be close to my family. And then I I did the nanny thing for a little bit because it's what I knew, but then I moved into women and children's transitional housing, which was like amazing. I loved that job so much. But it got under not so great leadership. She had a great heart, but didn't really know how to work with the population. And it fell apart very quickly. And in order to save it, I was emailing City Gospel Mission. They didn't know it was me, little old me. I was emailing them and saying, hey, these are our services. Can you take us under your wing? And their mouths dropped when they saw me. I wasn't anyone special. I had no certifications, no degrees, no nothing. But in roughly 6 months' time, they all the more important people got together and organized a way to save that nonprofit and take it under their wing. So then I worked in a drug rehabilitation center for a while, and loved that. Loved every bit of it. And when they kind of figured out what to do with the buildings they had absorbed, they decided to make it a place where mothers could be reunited with their kids. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to teach them family bonding, budgeting, and how to spend money wisely and rebuild those relationships with their kids. Loved that. But to be honest, it was not something that I felt was taken super seriously by the place of work there. And I just knew I needed to move on and do something that, like, okay, I need to do this and be taken seriously. I quit, and I was like feeling like this huge part of me missing because I wasn't doing ministry, wasn't doing something with this like great deal of purpose. And so I thought to myself, what made me the way I am? Youth ministry. And they were hiring for it. And so I started work in Mount Washington United Methodist as a part-time youth director. And again, I wanted more. I always wanted to do more. It was part-time, but like even within that church, I became the secretary, the youth director. I worked at the preschool. I led the worship service and singing. Like I just had to get my hands on absolutely everything. But then I just realized okay, you can't be 20 different people. Let's narrow it down to youth ministry. And I took a whole summer off, and I'll do anything. I'm pretty adventurous. I did Lyft and DoorDash for a summer and said, I don't want anything serious until it's the really, really serious. So, which was cool. I met a lot of really interesting people. Yes, some of them are weird, but most people are really cool. And I'm really good at de-escalating situations because of where I've worked, And so anyway, this landed in my inbox, youth director in Chillicothe. I didn't care where it was. I didn't care how far away. I thought it was one of the Chillicothe's further away. Didn't even question. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll apply. And it took months to get through the process. So when they finally hired me and they asked me, are you sure you want the position? We are interested. I was like, absolutely yes. I'm not going to give it another second thought. This took forever. So that is how I landed in Chillicothe. Yeah.
That's a pretty big leap of faith there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And like a circuitous route,
Sure.
Cincinnati to Columbus to back to Cincinnati, then Washington, and then coming here.
Yeah,
right?
and then Chillicothe, which I didn't know existed until I applied. So, yeah.
And now you've been in town for how long?
So I started that in 2019, September of 2019. Is that 3 years? Am I mathing right on that?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yep, 3 years.
And of course, in the middle of that, then you get a pandemic, and
that was great. Not knowing anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm the youngest face in my church. So, besides, teenagers. So that was an incredibly strange time for me. And I had moved here, maybe generously speaking with $20 in my pocket, just whatever, we'll figure it out, and I always do. I'm not scared of anything because I've been on my own for so long. It's I can start over with nothing all over again if I need to.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you intended to go to art school. Mm-hmm. Were you an artistic student in high school, and did you feel like that was a calling of yours back then, or how'd that work?
Yeah. So I knew that I was good at it, but I really didn't develop it. it was hitting my junior year and I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't feel like I was good at anything. And it was just one of those moments where an art teacher saw me painting and I was just working this thing out like it was no problem. And he said, you need to be in the portfolio class. And I didn't even know art school existed. But I was like, once I heard about it,
You're like, what?
I'm going to do this, like somebody says I'm good at something. Like that's all you need to hear sometimes. And that's all I needed to hear. So I basically intentionally almost flunked out my senior year to stay the entire time in the art room and just taught myself everything. Scared my parents half to death. I'm like, no, I have a plan. You don't have to have a good GPA to get into art school. You just have to have a great portfolio, and I'm going to do this. That's what I did. I just poured everything into it.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
Okay.
I have an older sister who went the very natural route. She has her PhD.
Wow.
Yeah, like they're very not confused by her, which I understand completely. But my parents say I always land on my feet.
Yeah.
So.
But nevertheless, they supported you as you were doing all this. I mean, they had questions.
Oh, well, yes and no. I think, my parents and I are not close. We love each other, but there's such a misunderstanding about what I do and how I do it, and what, being free spirited. There's a division there that we can really dive into if you want to, but yeah, it's
the
just
wrong show. We're not on a psychologist.
All right, guys. Yeah, we'll take some calls
Dr.
for anybody.
Fraser Crane is not in the house right now.
Right. So yeah, I really had to go my own way and kind of be brave to do what was misunderstood for a long time. Yeah.
And do you think being a free spirit, did you think that kind of helped you? There's a part of me as a father and I have a free spirit kid. She's my oldest, that I say, okay, you shaved your head today, or you did this or whatever. And I'm like, all right. And go get them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I would feel the same way. But at the same time, I've found out that if you're being your most authentic self, things will fall into place.
Yeah.
And I've met people who've had so much faith in me and who've backed me up so much. I feel like I never stand in one place alone. There's so many people that have come into my path who have made it so I can be where I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works out. If it makes you feel any better. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I know my free spirit's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
She will discover her path and rock it someday. I'm not worried about that at all. And maybe that's the way most folks feel, right? We're intimidated by the things that don't look like our own experience sometimes. I didn't get a PhD, but I was your sister, Oh, you want me to go to college? I'm going to go to college. You want me to do the certain thing that I said I was going to do when I was in the 5th grade? All right, we're going to work that. And I ended up doing it for 25 years and then realized you're an adult now. You can make your own decisions. You don't have to do the thing that everybody told you that you had to do, right?
Yeah. You don't have to fit the mold. And I think that there's people who can follow the path, and then there's people who have to, if they can't find their niche, they're going to have to create their niche.
Yeah.
So there's the innovators that scare everybody, and that's okay. I'm fine. I'll just scare everybody.
So I have 2 daughters, which moved out when it was time to go to college and went 1,400 miles away from home. So I feel like I have 2 free spirited, but they still have some, I don't know. I think maybe the fear.
Careful, they're listening.
What I'm sensing from you is that you are not afraid to try anything. And I think there's a freedom that comes with that a lot of people who are type A personalities or people that it's hard for them to do that. It's they would love to be able to do it and they'll cheer you on to do it. But in the back of their mind, they're planning everything out. And it's a different personality and there's nothing wrong with it. Both of my kids, they have a little bit of that in them. And I've always wanted to support that. There are times when my dad comes out and it's oh boy, I don't know if this is the right decision, but I'm going to support you and back you. So it's cool that you feel that sense of you always have people on your team.
Yeah, I do. I feel very blessed, very lucky. I think that God has to send an extra fleet of angels for me sometimes. He's like, oh, she's at it again. But I think it's like I've failed so much, and I've seen myself work it out and dust myself off each time. It's like, okay, what if I fail? What if I go bankrupt? What if everything just crashes down? Well, I guess I start over. But I know what that looks like, and I'm better at it each time. So
well, and I feel like if you failed at something, you've probably learn something, right? Mm-hmm. So you can not make the same mistake again. But at the same time, when you're trying new things, you have the risk of failing again and learning something new, or, just the failing again kind of could keep you from doing it. You don't do that. You're sort of like,
yeah.
Hey, want to own a business? Let's go.
Let's go. It doesn't define me. I think other people might want it to, and I'm like, I just are kind of like, I don't need that label. I don't want to wear that. And I'm not saying there aren't like hard days where I'm like, oh, I'm the worst. Like that's so human and normal. But yeah, I just don't want to wear that for too long. It's like, I don't know what point I made myself a promise. Like, I don't want to feel sad. I'm not going to sit in that. So
yeah. So would you describe yourself as living I don't want to say stress-free, but less stress life?
I don't let the stress prolong. Like I do feel stress and anxiety and pressure, all the time, especially because I take on so much and people are counting on me in so many different arenas. But yeah, it just doesn't last as long, I guess. Yeah. Well,
that's fascinating because I'm the type of person that also takes on a lot of things as well. But I think over the dog's
out.
It's almost like they know she's here.
That's right.
But like I have found over like the last 10 years to just kind of be like, look, what's the worst that could be happening right now? Right. Like I don't take that to the extreme where like, I'll just make bad decisions, because what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. I that's the thing. I feel like it was an advantage, like I said, when I was a nanny, because it's like, I can't mess this up. Like I really took, little lives seriously. And, I needed to make money and fast, the art school loans were hitting quick. And so it's like, I didn't have the flexibility of doing anything too detrimental, and there were temptations and I got pulled into it. I love the band scene. I love the party scene. It is great. It is fun, but I couldn't stay out as late. I couldn't do what everyone did. And part of me felt like I was missing something, but I really kind of found out like, you're not, real friends stick around no matter what your schedule is, no matter what you got, if you can party or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously it feels like home podcast, but like, do you feel like you've found a place now in Chillicothe where this is like a place that you feel like you are resonating with?
Yeah. I remember when I was first hired on, they said, did you check out this town before you got here? And I was like, no, I was afraid I was going to fall in love with it and then I wouldn't get the job. And I was right, because like it's adorable, like even just, visually, and the shops and the busyness. And then you get into the heart of it and the people, and they care. They want you to succeed. That's not the vibe everywhere else. So, I mean, and I see so many things going on around this town. I feel like there's more happening here than maybe bigger cities, or it's spread out so you don't know as much, but I just see so much activity in life here that I'm glad I didn't fall in love with it and didn't get the job, because this is such a beautiful place. Yeah.
So you grew up in Cincinnati or around Cincinnati? Around
Cincinnati. So Cincinnati's easier to say, but Milford, Ohio. Okay. Yeah. So
this is even smaller than Milford, really, in a sense, right? Like, 'cause, I mean, with Milford being so closely aligned with Cincinnati, it's just, it all, you're going from suburb to suburb. Sometimes you don't even know you've switched. There's no line in the sand, right? So this has to feel like the smallest place you've lived then, right?
It is. I love it. I'm still blown away. I'm like, oh, I need to get to work. It's 5 minutes away. What is that? Like, that is so cool. I know.
And you're probably not going to run into traffic or anything like that.
And I don't have to venture onto Bridge Street for the most part. So but if I want to take a lunch break and go down there, I'm like, I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is big. Horizon Fiber Internet is ready
Let them get you hooked up and power your Wi-Fi network.
with the speed and reliability that only a 100% fiber network can do.
Horizon is ready to help you do what you do better. With real people, real rates, and a real service.
Connect with them today, and the first month is free, plus no contracts and no data caps. Call 740-772-8331
Or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe to sign up today.
You are now the owner and operator of WreckCreations.
Yeah.
Which is, if folks are unfamiliar with it, 27 East 2nd Street, and it is in the old bank building that once housed Cardo's. And had, it's been various incarnations, but, and it's kind of spread out through the building too, isn't it? So tell everybody what WreckCreations is and does, and then we'll kind of talk from there.
Yeah, so WreckCreations is kind of a party entertainment center, and you go through the doors, and there's lots of creatives in there. I will say that there is a hair salon, there's a personal trainer, there's a tattoo artist, there's a woman who does piano lessons, and then there are it's a new group of women who do like brows and facials and all this stuff. It looks lovely. I haven't indulged yet, but then there's me, and I have I keep losing count of the selfie booths, but there's at least over 20 to 30 selfie booths where you get to take pictures and be silly. They're interactive, and I change them seasonally, which is a lot of fun, but a lot of hard work. But I just want to serve our community and keep them interesting and like I said, interactive. So there's the selfie booths. You get to set your phone up with the ring lights and take silly pictures. One of the favorite rooms is where you go into the safe, because obviously it used to be a bank, and you get to shoot money and act like gangsters. And it's a lot of fun to do the selfie rooms. And then there's the black light paint splatter room. So you put on ponchos, and I call them foot ponchos. They're just foot covers, but I have to say it that way.
Yeah.
And you get a canvas, and you get to splatter this glow paint all over the room, all over the walls. And you get to paint your own canvas, which you get to take home with you. Or you can come back after, you let it dry. And you get an hour to do that. And then there's, of course, the infamous and the most popular, the rage room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go through different phases. Obviously, mask up, glove up, safety first. And I will set out glassware and warm you up, let you throw the glassware at the wall as much as you want, as fast as you can, and I think that warms people up. Some people are a little shy to do this because it feels wrong, but then it feels so right. Yeah. It feels like something you always wanted to do. And then from there, I've been taking people into a phase of VHS tapes. This was something that accidentally emerged because I was getting really low on stock, and I saw these VHS tapes and I didn't know what to do with them. I'm like, throw them up in the air and hit them with a bat. Turns out it's so fun. They explode and the ribbon goes everywhere. And so people love throwing those up in the air and hitting them with a bat. And if they can't get them, which some people are not good pitchers and some people are not good hitters, you just smash them on the ground. But that is fun. We've started golfing the VHSs. I have a huge stack. So Goodwill, gives me the stuff they don't sell. Okay. And so they know that that's one of the gaylords of of things they can call me up with whenever they get that full. So the next phase is electronics. I might spread a bunch of small electronics and appliances out on the floor and say, have at it.
So people can recreate office space with their favorite printer.
Yeah, I told you. You're like, oh, I don't want to set that box on the printer when I came over to pick up those shirts. I'm like, it's broken. We're gonna smash it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then there's stuff like that. If I can tell it's a competitive group, I might set stuff out and be like, all right, I'm going to set a timer for you. And let's see
wow.
who can do the most smashing in a minute's time or 2 minutes. I had this group of teenage boys the other week, and I was like, I'll give you a minute, but you'll probably only need 30 seconds.
Right.
Like they were really strong. So, and I also use them to, like, I'll be honest, to finish smashing some of the bigger items. I'm like, this refrigerator needs a little bit more breaking down. What do you think?
Yeah.
So we can actually get it out of the rage room.
And I think you mentioned that there's some appliances that are better suited for the rage room than others.
Yeah. So, I mean, depending, like if you give me a washer, it's probably going to last a couple sessions, if not more. But I get really excited when I see like some really aggressive people. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're breaking out the washer.
Yeah,
They're going to really break this down. So yeah, like heavy metal things are really hard to really crumple.
Yeah.
So unless you're super strong. Yeah.
How does someone tumble into owning a place like this?
Oh yeah. Really randomly. So I am always looking for volunteer opportunities in the community. And I found out about a kids camp that was happening this summer. And, so I had a quick interview with these people, for the kids camp help, and they just to see what they needed, and so they could see who I was and what my intentions were. And the girl, Kayla Butler, mentioned that she was selling her business. I'm a part of Epic, and I was like, oh, let me see it. I want to see what's going on with it. And she took me over there, and immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I just absolutely loved it. And I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to get this. No, I had just taken out, I'm a private student loan victim. I had just taken out a loan to consolidate, and it's like, I can't really do anything. I can't move right now. Financially, I don't know what I'm going to do to get this. But I just knew I wanted it. So, I contacted people I trusted first of all, and I said, print me out everything, all your bank statements and everything. Just give it to me. Like, I'm going to present this to people and see if, first of all, it's a good idea. And I do have an anonymous person in the community who we actually met on really rough circumstances. I was volunteering for a nonprofit that will not be mentioned that I found out wasn't super legitimate, wasted my time, and the relationship was broken. It hurt me so bad because me by now, I pour myself in everything, and then you find out it's not legitimate. It's like, oh my goodness, like what do I do? But that's how we had met. And it's really funny that circumstance led me to a person who would eventually trust me enough to take care of taking this on. So I was able to take care of that in a matter of weeks. It just worked out right away. And I say right away, every day was going very slow, but I was showing the numbers to everyone I trusted, several different people who are successful in the community. And they said, yeah, go for it. If you want it, go for it. And so it just did it. Yeah. It just landed. Unbelievable.
So you basically took somebody else's idea, or was this your original
this is
idea?
Totally somebody else's idea.
Okay.
Yeah, no, these are all around the country.
Okay.
I wish
I'm not familiar. I'm learning something like
right now. You're like, oh, this isn't yours. No, I could never take ownership of it. These are all around the country, mostly in like major cities. So it's kind of cool that little old Chillicothe has one. But Kayla told me she went on vacation and she saw these things, and she's like, we need to bring this to Chillicothe. And she works with kids and she loves the community. And so that was the heart of why they did it. But with their lifestyles, they just couldn't manage it. And it wasn't for them anymore, but they didn't want to see it go. And I get it. Like, there needs to be more stuff for teenagers to do in the community. And I had already had an LLC because I had started a ministry. I'm a bit defiant. So when
I wish there was like a bell that we could ring every time she mentioned a different thing that she had done.
I know. So when COVID hit, the church, the leadership at the time did not want me to work with the kids. And I understand, during COVID, you want to be very careful. But there came a point where, the families were asking for it and they wanted to be ministered to. And the kids wanted that interaction. I'm like, can I go do it? Can I go do it? And the answer was no, not yet. No. Our church was the last one to open. And I was like, oh, so I quit in the midst of it and started my own ministry. And I went to the kids' houses and survived by donations for a while. And what was like, I had asked God, like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this LLC? I can't bring it back up and compete with the church that I'm at right now. It's not the right thing to do. What do I do with it? And the answer was put WreckCreations under your LLC. Yeah. And now you can continue to provide something for the kids in the community, which I'd love to expand to after school programming and stuff like that. All of that is up in my brain, but not,
Yeah. So you took that initial idea and you've totally expanded on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
made it your own.
Right. And you have to.
What the original owners probably wanted to do, right? Like anybody that starts a business wants to see it expand.
Yeah.
But they didn't, like you mentioned, their lifestyles weren't going to allow that to happen.
Yeah. So. Yeah. They were going a different direction and it was just really cool because I knew they didn't want to give it up to anyone who didn't have a similar mission. And I was like, I don't want it to go to anyone else either. Like, what if it goes to someone who doesn't care like I care? So it just, I had to have it.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Now, you talked about all three aspects of it. And I will tell you, there is a great photo of me in the bubble bath from when we did the ribbon cutting. Maybe I'll post a link to it on the show notes so you can all see it. But the selfie room, you mentioned that you change it out for seasons. So like, what are you doing right now that folks would see when they would go in there, and then how might it change?
Yeah. Speaking of the bubble bath, it has now got the ball pit balls and some snowballs in it and a giant bear. And there's actually, if you go to the WreckCreations Facebook page, we are having a competition. Whoever can name the bear and share that link. And I picked my favorite name. That's the name of the bear, and you get a free selfie session.
Okay.
Bring your friends. So yes, we can name. There's a giant polar bear in there now.
Yeah.
That you can take a bath with.
So, and just to be clear, so like all of these things cost a certain amount. You do it, I think, by hour, right?
Yeah. So the paint room is up to an hour. The selfie rooms are up to an hour, and the rage room is technically 30 minutes, but if you're really having a blast, like 45, right. I just want enough time to clean up before the next crew comes in.
Yeah. And you willingly take donations of things that can get broken.
100%.
Might already be
I
broken,
love that. Yes.
But would like to be shattered. So what are some things that you're looking for in that real, obviously glassware probably goes pretty quick at your place.
Yeah. Yeah. It disintegrates in our place. So glassware, of course, obviously the VHS, as I mentioned, laptops, VCRs, DVD players, like anything, like a blender, like I've got small kitchen appliances, bread makers. I don't even know what we haven't had. Just like if it breaks, we takes. That's what I always say.
Yeah,
like
I remember when I went down in the ribbon cutting, we went down to the it's in the basement of the building, and which is probably a good place for it to be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I remember just saying, holy cow, like there's a lot of stuff down here. I didn't realize there was that much stuff.
Yeah, I keep it pretty well stocked. I mean, it does go down a little bit, but I just want people to have plenty of opportunity to smash as much as possible.
Do your friends and acquaintances, like you'll be sitting there and you'll be like, hey, what are you doing with that?
Oh yeah, no, I look at trash so differently now. I get excited about it. Like I'll just pull over the side of the road. I've got people who can pick things up for me, and I'll like send a text message like, "Hey, you see that refrigerator? We're gonna get that." Like, yeah, haul that over. So yeah.
But something occurs to me about what you're doing there, because you really, and I think you've talked about this. You look at this almost as self-care, right? Like people, you're having a rough week, and on Friday, book the session, right? Like,
yeah. Well, that's what I love. I'm starting to sell year memberships for $150 a piece, and you get to call me up anytime, having a bad day, up to 4 times a month. Hopefully, it's only 4 times a month. Otherwise, we're talking for longer. But and you get to come in and I'll lead you in a rage room. So, so I like that there's that aspect there. And, it doesn't fix everything, but man, it just to get it out somewhere else besides maybe at your boss or maybe at your friend or maybe at your spouse, just to get it out, it is so important.
Yeah.
We all need a safe space to be not okay.
Yeah. And look, I think what we learned in the pandemic was we need to have outlets for things. We need to be okay with not being okay, but at the same time, be able to have outlets that say, okay, I'm not going to be okay today, but I really got to let go of some of this stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the concept of the selfies for me, if I could just really, really push forward that celebrate yourself, feel beautiful, come in with a couple different outfit changes. Ask me for a photographer. I know a couple locally. We'll figure something out for you. If you want to feel good again, come down here. We'll make you feel beautiful and we'll help you have fun. And the paint room is just plain silliness. Where else can you just paint all over the walls and no one's going to stop you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how can people, let's say I got somebody in there you know what, I'm not going to do anything with this deep freeze or whatever. How do they get a hold of you and how do they contact you?
Yeah, so I can leave my number. Is that okay if I mention it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can call me, you can text me. I'm a better texter. So 740-672-0374. So you can contact me by phone through the WreckCreations webpage, or if you really want to go online and email me, that's fine too. There's online through my website, which is WreckCreationsOhio.com. You can contact me those 3 different ways, but phone is best, guys. Take down that number. And we'll arrange to get it. If I can pick it up and put it in my car, I'm going to come get it. And if I can't, I will send somebody out at your convenience to come get it. So it's also junk removal too. Get that out of your house if it's been piling up. Yeah.
And
take care of it.
I would have, you did not take that over when I was getting ready to move, but I would have literally cleared out tons of stuff.
I would have been stocked forever. I love that.
So what are you doing with the leftovers? Like after it's been destroyed?
Yeah.
Do you have a great plan to
Yeah, well,
that stuff has to eventually get out of the basement of that building.
Yes, I currently have a wonderful group right now actually taking shovels, filling trash cans, and filling the dumpsters.
Awesome.
That's the Wednesday ritual. We all go down there on Wednesday and just haul it all out. So I think the previous owners would clean it out immediately. I think that they're really good about that, but I like it that way. It's grungy and destructive-y, just push it to the side. The atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere of the basement is definitely break stuff.
Yeah.
You go down there and there's bats and, all these big appliances and this glassware, and you feel like I'm getting ready to release some aggression here.
Yeah,
it's
the energy is there. I'm actually working on getting a fog machine because that elevator is so creepy, right?
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be awesome if people just landed and there's a fog machine? I'm oh, that never happens,
Yeah, maybe that's what we need for the basement studio, Marty, is a fog machine down here.
I have 3 hazers.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Especially if they don't know you very well, and then there's that just fog that comes in.
Every time we walk to the studio, I apologize for.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm taking you into an 1897 basement.
Yeah.
So it hasn't freaked anybody out yet.
But it has a real modern vibe to it, and you got a big racetrack in here too. So
I am sitting here realizing that it is starting to become winter, and it's cooling off down here a little bit. I may have to. There is a heater. Maybe I need to turn that thing on.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
I apologize. I should have thought about that.
That's okay.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good. And I think it's important to note when you say WreckCreations, it's not like the sport. It's WRECKCREATIONS.
Yes.
Ohio.
Yes, exactly.
OHIO.
Yes,
Wrecks
So-
and wreckage.
Yeah, exactly. And I loved the concept of that because you're wrecking and you're creating. I wanted to definitely capture both.
Yeah.
But it allows you to, you talked about your time at art school and that was a passion of yours. This is a way for you to continue that in a very unique way.
Oh yeah. So I've gotten to hand paint murals. Like that's something else you'll see for Christmas is like there's hand painted murals in there. That's like a winter scene. And constructing like a gingerbread house and like making it a whole atmosphere. It's like, it finally happened again. And I mean, I couldn't be more happy about that aspect of it, because I can tell you for years, I couldn't even walk into Hobby Lobby without tearing up. Just the smell of art supplies would just be like, oh, it's gone. I can't do it anymore. But I have been able to find creativity in this again.
Yeah. That's really cool. That's important. It's for me, I picked up sketching just here in the last couple of months. I took an art class online, and it's been such a great outlet for me, just from my mind, of just taking 10, 15, 20 minutes just to do a sketch. And I like architecture. And so it's important for people, even if you're not artistic, the creativity is great for the mind and the soul for me. So, so it's great that you've been able to come back to that. Yeah.
Congratulations on that. It's a little place of home for me. It's something I can get lost in. Like if I am working on an art piece, which I haven't really been doing that specifically, but I'll even like dream about it. Like there's an obsession over it where I'm just like, I'm so connected to what I'm doing. Yeah.
Do you still have the mural on the opposite wall of the selfie room? It was like a Chillicothe type thing.
Yeah, I do. That's not going really cool anywhere. Too. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. I actually put the Chillicothe scarecrow by it. Yeah, which I called Recreated, and we built with junk. So
yeah, that thing was pretty cool.
I liked it. I was happy about it.
It was my son's favorite one out of all.
He's smart. He's smart.
Yeah. I will also tell you that if I were to bust things up, the gingerbread house would be the first thing to go.
No, I built that.
I have a hatred of gingerbread houses that goes back to failures as a child to be able to win contests.
Oh no! Oh,
so I'm sorry.
I see.
I'm probably venting here at this point.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Well, maybe I'll let you know, because it is
gingerbread houses.
It's simply an art installation. It's not like a full piece. So maybe when we're taking it down, after Christmas time, I'll let you have at it.
It occurs to me too that you could do ornaments, although
we did.
Did you?
Oh, we have.
Okay.
So I started collecting for what I wanted to call Holiday Rage, but I found this this group that was like not too Christmas happy, like seasonally happy. I'm like, I need to break this out early. So Holiday Rage, I'm going to save up next year, guys. Like I needed to use this for this group. And I just, saving since July didn't give me a lot of stock, but there are some like the ones that you break that are glass. I mean, they just like nothing. Oh, yeah. It's great.
It's like disintegration.
Yeah. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I would imagine that as you go through a full calendar year of this, the ideas are just going to keep going, right? Mm-hmm. And you'll probably be able to find trends and things like that. I mean, I could see you having a cell phone smashing session and things like that.
Yeah,
like, you know, the opportunities and the possibilities are really kind of endless, right?
Yeah, definitely. I want to figure out how I can do pumpkin smashing. I really want to figure out how I can do that, but is it going to be, how expensive is it going to be? Is it feasible? But I really think that would be fun.
So if we can just talk this idea out, what you do is you go out to the Bainbridge produce auction and you buy an entire gaylord of pumpkins.
Brilliant. See, you talk to people and they have these ideas and they help you make it possible. It's not ever me alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So keep that in your back pocket.
I will.
For next year.
I will.
Store that away.
Yeah.
Amongst all those jobs that you've had. So
yeah.
Again, let's talk about and you book appointments for this, right? You don't just walk in there at 5 o'clock. So you have to book it.
I would love to be able to do that. And maybe once we get the ball rolling, I can have someone sit there and just take appointments. But I really foresee it as being a by appointment only. That's what works with my life. I can close it down when I need to. I can open it back up when I need to. And people can call me for special stuff too. If they want something out of hours or or whatever, I can work that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you give like a big group rate and things like that?
Yeah,
or?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have anything written down, and I think I decided that I wouldn't to have like one set special group rate, because I want to talk to the group and what they need. I'd rather you be there, and I'd rather us work something out than you to not be there. So that's something 740-672-0374. If you want to talk special, I can't. If you want a special group rate, I try to be fair to everyone, so nobody get jealous if someone got a better deal. It's about the conversation you had with me.
Yeah. Well, I'm super excited for you because I think that you found a great place and a great business and a great model to do some stuff. We didn't even really talk about Epic, which I know you're a big fan of, and you've really grown some relationships there as well. But tell everybody where they can find you again. Repeat that phone number because you can't do that anymore.
So 27 West 2nd Street in the bank building that used to be Cardo's. And you can reach me at 740-672-0374.
And you're on Facebook.
I am on Facebook. Yes.
Yeah, but you can't become friends with you on Facebook. You sent me a friend invite and I accepted it, and it said, Sarah has 5,000.
Oh, that's right.
Friends.
I'm going to work on that. I need to shave that down. I do need to shave that down.
No, you just need to be
I always wondered what would happen when I met the person that I couldn't be friends with Facebook on, because they were so
Sarah
popular.
Wants to be my friend. I don't really know her, but I know she's coming on the podcast. And then Facebook just shut me down.
I'm sorry. We'll make that. We'll change that. You're not the first person who said that.
What you need to do is go and delete somebody that you don't really care about.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, when I moved to Chillicothe, I'm like, I know no one. Yes.
Right, sure.
And now I'm like, I still don't know you, and so I got to figure that out.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah.
I thought I told Mike, I laughed because I told him the story. I was like, well, I tried to be your friend on Facebook.
Denied.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Sarah Petrus, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
We wish you all the best, and keep breaking stuff.
Okay.
And splattering things and things like that.
It feels like home podcast session over there.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have to do it on a day when we lose something technology wise.
That's right.
Was it last week? I think we had a little technology snafu.
It was a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
And
little microphone
you probably
thing.
could have used a little session with a laptop.
I fixed it. It just took a lot of work.
Yeah. It's similar setting. It's a basement. So.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You're listening to the Feels Like Home podcast with Mike Throne and Marty Ford. Powered by Horizon. This is big. This is gig.
It feels a little strange, but I don't feel alone. We just settled in and it already feels